So we are back with another announcement from NAMM 2021, and this time it is from Roland. Now, if you've seen my channel before or you're a subscriber, you will know I'm a huge fan of both Boss products and also Roland products. Now, this is quite a unique product that I didn't actually expect to see Roland ever release, and this is the Roland VERSELAB MV1. So what is the Roland VERSELAB MV1? Basically, it is a solution that's a physical hardware device that allows you to create studio-grade music. And what Roland are selling this as is basically a one-stop shop for all of your music production needs. Now, a lot of problems people have when it comes to creating music is they really hate using their laptop and using digital audio workstations, both from a learning aspect because they can be quite intimidating to learn the software, but also it's not very creative mindset sitting down using a computer. You're more sort of going to start writing an essay, whereas what this VERSELAB is sort of offering is a device that allows you to create more of a physical hands-on workflow for your music production needs. Now, a really cool thing about the VERSELAB MV1 is the portability of the device. Because it's 100% standalone and doesn't require any form of a connection to a computer to record, produce, and even release your music, this means you can pretty much create music wherever you like, regarding you actually have a power source. Now, you have two ways to power the MV1. You can either use the provided power plug directly into a wall socket inside of your home studio, or you could use the USB bus power and use one of those sort of external battery packs to power the unit like on the top of a mountain or something crazy like that. And because you have a built-in microphone into the device as well, this means you have very limited amount of equipment that you may actually need to take with you to record vocals or even sketch out rough ideas if you're on the move, traveling a lot for your work. Now, I am a huge fan of the VERSELAB MV1's aesthetic. I feel like it's got this very simple 80s vibe about it. And that's probably because it's been created by the same team that created the TR-808, which is probably one of Roland's most iconic drum machines that they've ever released within their product line. Now, the way that this VERSELAB MV1 works is actually really cool. Now, we have 16 drum pads that we can use to perform within our performances, whether that be drum beats, instruments, whatever it is you're trying to create. But I really like the fact that they've sort of provided you with a predetermined workflow that you can follow on the VERSELAB MV1. Now, if you're a beginner to music production, it can be quite difficult to understand the workflow of conceiving a track, recording and sketching the ideas, and then actually laying out the track, mixing, and then mastering it ready for release. Whereas with the VERSELAB MV1, we have a predetermined sort of workflow that you can adhere to. Now, there's these little buttons to the right-hand side of the device that allows you to change the state of the MV1 VERSELAB. So this basically means depending on what workflow you're operating within, the way the device operates and works will be totally different. Now, obviously, if you start in the sequencer mode, this allows you to turn the MV1 into a step sequencer style device, very similar to some of the drum machines that Roland has released in the past. So you can step sequence different instruments, different drum beats, and start sketching out your ideas. And then once you're happy with that, you can head into the section mode. Now, inside of the section mode, this is where you can start creating your verse section, your chorus section, your bridge section, and start actually building out the ideas that you want to include within your performance. Then once you've completed that, you can move into the song mode. Now, inside of song mode, this is where you start creating your structure. So all of the sections that you previously created, this is where you basically kind of copy and paste those sections into a layout. So you start creating the intro, the verse, the chorus, verse 2, double chorus at the end of the track, whatever it may be within your track, which is really cool. I like the fact that you have these sort of seamless transitions between the different work states. And once you're happy with that, you can then head into the mixing mode. Now, the really cool thing about the onboard effects and doing all of the mixing is there's 90 multi-track effects. There's so many different things to choose from. You've got chorus, delays, reverbs, EQs, compressions, all the things you would come to expect from an effects on an onboard unit like this for creating music. They're all there for whatever you may require. And then once you've mixed and you're happy with how the track is sounding, you can finally head into the mastering stage where there's further effects to have access to, where you can actually mix down and export the performance and then start uploading it onto SoundCloud or whatever you may use. Now, if you're looking to actually expand your workflow with the VERSELAB MV1, you'll be pleased to know you can actually connect it and combine it with Roland's Zen Beats app, which allows you to have more of a traditional digital audio workstation workflow in combination with the hardware device, using a device like an iPad or an iPhone, something like that, and downloading the app off the App Store. Now, a major discussion point that we have to talk about is the new Zencore technology that Roland is integrating into all of their new products. Now, what Zencore is, basically, it's a synthesis system that is cross-platform. Now, a major problem I've had in the past with using VSTs and awesome synthesizer plugins inside of my digital audio workstation is the fact it's very difficult to transition those sounds from studio into a live environment. If you take ages dialing in the perfect synth patch inside of Ableton Live and then you want to use that with your band live, you physically have to bring your laptop with you and use a MIDI controller in order to trigger those sounds. It's very difficult to transition seamlessly from the studio to a live environment. However, with Zencore, Roland is taking their Roland Cloud technology and allowing you to have a cross-platform from both digital to hardware products. So their new products have got this Zencore technology that allows you to use stuff like the Roland Cloud Synth Jupiter, all these different famous sounds on there, and seamlessly port them onto physical Roland keyboards and devices. And the MV1 supports that as well. So you can use Roland Cloud to download loads of different genre packs to get different drum grooves, different synthesizer sounds, different instruments, and port those seamlessly from Roland Cloud via Zencore onto your device. Now, I think this has been needed for ages, a way to go from studio to live in a few clicks of a button. I'm really excited to check this out further in the future for future Roland devices that I may actually pick up. Now, considering the size of the VERSELAB MV1, we actually have quite a lot of connectivity with this device. Now, we have the ability to connect a phantom-powered plus 48-volt XLR microphone, so if you want to increase the quality of your vocal takes and the onboard microphone doesn't suffice, you can connect a good quality microphone. We also have a left and right guitar jack style connection on the back of the device, so you could run a stereo input or two mono inputs, whatever you're trying to achieve. And we also have a left and right stereo line output. So this means you can use studio monitors inside of your home studio when producing music. Now, on the front of the device, we have the ability to connect two pairs of headphones. You can connect one with a aux cord style jack cable, or you can connect one with a more traditional jack style cable. This gives you ultimate flexibility for the types of headphones you can use in case you forget your adapter, but it also allows you to collaborate with other musicians by connecting two pairs of headphones simultaneously. Now, if we flip back to the back of the device once again, we also have an SD card connection. Now, obviously the SD card is present for storing all of the audio that you're recording, mixing, and mastering on the unit. This allows you to seamlessly bounce down your performance onto the SD card, unplug it and plug it into another device, start producing the music inside of a proper digital audio workstation or upload it to YouTube, whatever you want to do. And the really cool thing is this device actually comes provided with an SD card. So straight out of the box, you can start creating music. We also have MIDI in and MIDI out integration as well on the device. And then obviously we've got the USB connection and the power supply. Now, a way I can see the VERSELAB MV1 being exceptionally useful for a majority of musicians is as a songwriting tool. Now, obviously this product's more orientated around your sort of pop producers and your beat making, hip hop style producers. This style of workflow that's presented with the MV1 works fantastic. But for other musicians, I could see this being a great demoing tool, a really quick and fast, intuitive way to create demos to sort of pitch ideas to other members of your band, or just sketch stuff out ready for creating inside of a professional studio session that you may have booked coming in the coming months. But overall, I think the Roland VERSELAB MV1 is a pretty cool and unique product coming out of the Roland catalog. And if you're looking for something that's going to give you a more hands-on physical experience to your music production workflow, this may be very serious to consider. Me personally, I'm going to stick to using my computer for all of my music production needs for the types of genres of music I like to create, and just the fact I'm used to that workflow. But if you've enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and also consider subscribing for future videos just like this one. But as always, I've been Ben Rollins. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.